Hello, friends. How's it going, Dom? Do you guys want to watch? You guys want to watch the Omen Guide? The only Omen Guide you'll ever need. This is the Pro Guides Valorant tips and tricks. Nice.
Tired of the same old battle royale? Get Cuisine
Not really.
Royale now. Choose from different
Cuisine Royale. Has anybody played that yet? I saw my friend playing it, and he was actually popping off in it. He plays like a lot of battle royales. He basically does it full time. He's like top 200 in Warzones or something. He's ridiculous. I saw him playing Cuisine, and he just won like every single game. Okay.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dan here from Pro Guides, back to bring you another fantastic video.
Can you hear
We're
it?
here to bring you the
Little
latest
loud?
and greatest on what you need to know. And to kick that all off, I'm here to teach you the tips, tricks, and fundamentals of Omen. But before we get
I'm
into
gonna learn
it,
how to
it's
play
time
Omen
hit
today,
you with
guys.
the question of the day. Do you prefer
If you guys haven't seen this, by the way, yet, I want to show it off. Just for like, if I upload this to YouTube, check out this guy. This guy looks so freaking cool. This is the Omen painting that Waffle sent me. I guess it's not a painting. It's more like a, well, I guess it's a painting. I don't really know. Because this is like the original like art for it. And then it's just like colored and stuff. I think it's super dope. So check that out. Isn't that cool? I have this sitting just right over here now. I got to show that off because that's so freaking cool of him.
Vandal or Phantom? Personally, I prefer a mix of both due to the Phantom having bigger magazine size and easier spray.
There's a correct
But I
answer to
also
this
like
question.
the Vandal for its potential to one-shot at any range. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below on what you think. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you learn anything or just generally enjoy the video.
So I guess there's not technically a correct answer to that question, but the Phantom versus the Vandal, just for the record, the Phantom is going to be better in pretty much every single situation, except for if they're beyond like 30 meters, I think it is. Because even like, so it'll one hit to the head within 15 meters. It has the exact same damage as the Vandal, so it's better in that situation, right? But beyond 15 meters, it's gonna hit the bullet punch and everything. You're gonna kill somebody in about the same speed, right? After you go past 30 meters, the Vandal's gonna have a faster time to kill. But beyond that, the Phantom also has a larger magazine size, a larger total amount of ammo within the gun, right? You get more bullets. I think it has 120 versus the Vandal's like 100. It's also silent. It's more silent. It's easier to control. There's no bullet tracers. It fires faster. It's just like, there's everything better about the Phantom, dude. I've been trying to use the Phantom a lot more. Generally your encounters should be within like 15 meters anyway too, so the extra damage isn't really going to help with the Vandal. A lot of players like the Vandal when they're kind of just fragging out because they'll be taking longer engagements and stuff. In some situations, it feels like you can challenge an operator with a Vandal, but you shouldn't ever do that, right? That's not something that you're ever going to want to do. So you're never really going to be taking those engagements anyway. So the extra damage doesn't really matter for the Vandal anyway. So that is the answer to that question.
Have you ever held down an angle and died from somewhere you would never expect? Well, Omen
Well,
has the ability to do that as a master of manipulation. Omen is known as what's called a controller class agent in Valorant. The controller class is a group of agents that take space and control parts of the map with ease.
I do like how he highlights this, like,
is a double advantage with Omen because once you have
Omen can do like
this
anything
ability
alone.
to take advanced
That's what I really like
positions is
about him.
something not a lot of agents can do. To kick off our list of Omen abilities, we have Paranoia. Paranoia allows you to fire high-speed projectiles straight through walls and surfaces that acts like a flashbang. Once the target is hit, they will receive a visibility debuff, making it so they can only see a few feet in front of themselves. This ability,
I think this is arguably one of the strongest abilities. I think Paranoia is incredibly strong, like base abilities.
is great for taking aggressive duels, allowing you to get the frag
Maybe not
early
including
that can
signatures,
assure your
but, like,
team a well-deserved victory.
Paranoia
The
is
advantage to
super
this
strong.
ability over Phoenix's flashes is you don't need to worry about throwing it around a corner. Instead, you can catch your enemy more off guard by throwing it through a wall. Dark cover acts as a smoke, but has its own distinctive features, including the fact that it's on a 30-second cooldown. One of these features is that this smoke is considered to be hollow. Because Omen's smoke is hollow, it can sometimes feel like a mini duel arena. But
It honestly does. I hide an Omen smoke like all the time. If you aren't like abusing it, so think of like the site as there's so many different positions that you can play. As Omen, you get like another position that you can play. It's actually crazy. So like on eco rounds, a lot of the times I'll just hide in the smoke with like a shorty or something. Like just do something stupid with the smoke, and I'll get a lot of kills doing this. I'll have rounds where I just have no business killing them, and I'll kill them, take their gun, and I'll win just with like a shorty, just from hiding in the smoke and stuff. I also like to do this on post plant. When you smoke off an entrance, you can chill in your smoke. Those are like cool things that you can do with
still
it.
shoot you. Another feature is Omen's smoke is tied for the largest smoke in the game. Thus, it allows for bigger entryways and sight.
It's very
lines to be
large.
covered.
It's larger than
Dark
Brimstone's.
cover is mainly going
I think
to be
Viper's
used
is
as
the same
entry
size.
smokes for your team and is vital for
Kinda
taking
outdated
map
clips. Yeah, I think these are
control
from the
bomb
beta.
sites. You should be keeping an eye on your minimap and the center of your screen so it
Are these
lands
clips not great examples? We had the same thing in the Brimstone video. I don't know who edits these, but sometimes like they put in really weird clips. In the Brimstone video, we had them smoking like off. He was talking about pushing B site with Brimstone, and then he smoked it off from like CT spawn, and I was just like, what is going on?
where you want to go. Shrouded Step allows you to teleport a short distance, either on top of boxes, into corners, or even just a few feet in front of you.
So this is
Using
what makes
Shrouded
Omen
Step,
like
they
this
throw
is
your
what makes all
opponent
the
off if they
aggressive
don't
Omen
see
plays is
across
the
the
Shrouded
sightline
Step.
they were holding.
Without Shrouded Step, Omen's not an aggressive character at all. Like, you can't do any crazy things with him. He's just like a full-out support, right? But because his Shrouded Step exists, I think this is what makes the character so interesting, is that you can do all these creative plays and stuff.
However, Shrouded Step comes with its downfalls, so be cautious when using it. One of those downfalls being it leaves you in a state in which you can be killed, but you cannot move.
This is from the
your
beta,
gun out
these
for a few
videos, so.
seconds. Another thing to take account for is the noise indication this ability sets off. If an enemy is paying close enough attention, they could catch you by surprise instead of the other way around. So when you're using Shrouded Step, use it with caution, and make sure to take into account the enemy's position. The last thing we'll talk about with Shrouded Step is the underused potential to get into backlines of the enemy team.
You can't actually use that position anymore because they put a freaking pipe there, dude. It feels bad, man. I used to play so stupid as Omen. I would play all the cheese positions back when the game first came out because nobody knew the maps, right? You could just hide in every single little corner. It was so freaking frustrating. And you can't do it as much anymore. No. It kind of feels bad, man.
On clearing a site for your team,
It doesn't work as well.
Or even retake the spike site. One of the more underrated uses of Shrouded Step is to wait for retakes and use it to get into an unexpected location that your enemies will not clear.
What is that clip? Wait, hold on.
Spike site.
What is this sage doing?
Uses of Shrouded Step is to wait for retakes and use it to get into an unexpected location that your enemies will not clear.
Oh my god.
The final and perhaps most important ability is Omen's ultimate, known as From the Shadows. From the Shadows can be used in many different ways and can be paired with other abilities for safer use.
I think ulting back sight on B is an underrated use of his ultimate. I'm gonna go out here and say it. I don't know if you do this very often, Mo, but like I think that ulting back sight can be very effective. If your team's pushing the front, they have to pick which one to deal with, right? If they're gonna deal with you back sight, they're gonna be in a weird position in the front, right? So if you just ult that back sight, I think it can work out well. I think it can, obviously. I mean, like I guess hypothetically anything can work out well. But I think ulting back sight underrated. Underrated.
Dark cover. From the Shadows is an ultimate that you need 7 points to be able to use. These points are obtained through kills and the orbs found around the map.
They just copy your entire guide.
Once you collect all the points necessary, you're granted the ability to teleport anywhere on the map, but at a cost. Once activated, you'll be prompted with a larger, more close-up version of the mini-map. Once there, you will select a location you'd like to teleport to. But this is a high-risk, high-reward ability due to
we're gonna go back here, just so I can add a little bit of value. This is a Haven-specific thing. If you actually click like right here, you see this little dip right there? That actually teleports you into Hell. So a lot of people don't know this, but like if you're trying to teleport to Hell on Haven, you can click right there. I've only actually used this once, in which it was like an effective use of it. But that's something that you can do, just so you know. If you're ever in a situation where it's better to teleport into Hell than it is Heaven, go for it. Now, if you are using this to like engage onto a site, I would still recommend teleporting to Heaven. That being said, you can teleport to Hell.
There, you will select a location you'd like to teleport to. But this is a high-risk, high-reward ability due to the fact that once it's activated, it makes a very loud noise indication and also puts a dark flame-like effect over your enemy's mini-map, showing that you have teleported to an unknown location. Once you've selected a location, you are in a state...
Dude, this thing's really annoying to deal with when you're trying to smoke locations. Because whenever this is going on, you can't really see where your smokes are landing. So you're trying to drop some global smokes on Omen, and you just can't see anything. Oh my gosh, it's frustrating.
Showing that you have teleported to an unknown location. Once you've selected a location, you are in a state in which you fade from existence and then are brought back to where you have selected.
And now that he's not going to mention it because it didn't exist in beta, but you can actually cancel it.
And cannot kill while you come back into existence.
And since your body disappears before or like while you're using it, you can cancel it and you can come back to your current position. I killed a Raze the other day by doing this. It felt really good.
However, during this time, you can still be stopped. Despite not being killed right away, once an enemy kills the shadow version of yourself, you're returned to the
invulnerability frame. The good old days, yeah, when you just kill people.
The shadow version to fade and kill you for real. So not only should you take into account where you choose to teleport to, but also be cautious of where you're teleporting from. As I had mentioned,
oh no, he's moving and shooting. Oh,
paired with dark cover. To execute this, simply throw smokes down across the map into places where people may be, and then use the ultimate ability and teleport into your smoke, thus giving you time to exit shadow form. This ability is used to take sites at a much faster pace due to Omen having the ability to get into the enemy's back line with such ease. This will force the enemy team to play more passive and afraid.
This really goes to show, though, like, a lot of people really complain about, like, guides not coming from, like, expert-level players. The thing is, most of the people who watch guides are not expert-level players, right? I'll get comments from people being like, I am a diamond player. Why should I ever listen to you? First of all, I think that my tips could be helpful to a lot of diamond players. Second of all, like, I don't know, if you're a diamond player, then don't. If you feel like you're better than me, just don't listen to the guides. I think that there's a lot of players who get a lot of benefit out of my stuff. You know, like I'm not insecure about it. But like, I don't know, if you feel like you're way too good to take advice from somebody a lower rank than you, like, that's fine, dude. Don't. You know, I don't know. I think that's weird
Because
stuff.
you could be anywhere.
Pro guide generally has a bad rep. I mean, somebody's got to make these guides. And that maybe necessarily this isn't the best guide for people, but I think that they do a very good job of, like, if you're looking to, like, to get an introduction to Omen or see how somebody might play Omen. I don't like. Yeah, I think this is okay.
Our first tip is called smoke hopping.
These are basic
smoke
guides.
hopping
Yeah.
is pairing dark cover ability with Shrouded Step and hopping from smoke to smoke. This is done by throwing your first smoke on top of you, but in a location in which you can get into the smoke safely. Right after, you will throw your next smoke a short distance away from
I
that
was hoping he was
smoke,
going to
but
do the
still
double
in
TP.
Shrouded Step range. This allows
I
you
would
to get
I would often teleport into that smoke, and then I would teleport into spawn, and you can go for like
inside the
heaven.
first smoke and
I used to do
teleport
that
short
way
distance
so
to
much
your
back in the day.
second
It doesn't
smoke.
work anymore.
This maneuver will
And
surely
actually, I don't know
leave
how
the enemy
often I've tried
confused
it.
on how you got to
I haven't
your
tried it in a
position,
while, but
giving you the advantage.
that one's
An
fun.
important tip
I don't
is
do
that
cheese plays
all
like that very
Omen's
much anymore. They're
abilities
too
are
risky.
useful in many situations. For instance, his From the Shadows ultimate is not only useful for flanks or setting up sight lines, it can also be used to distract your enemies, making them scramble while your team hits a site. Make sure that you and your team are on the same page, or else this can end in disaster. Our next tip is about dark
What did he
cover.
just
It can
do?
also be used to distract your enemies, making them scramble while your team hits a site. Make sure that
Is there just nobody playing A?
you and your team are
I
on
guess
the same page,
there's two
or
dead.
else
Maybe
this
they
can
killed
end in
them?
disaster.
They're in
Our next
showers?
tip
I'm
is
so
about dark
confused.
cover. Dark cover can be vital to your team if used correctly. It's important that you set out to use
Evan
your
Rope?
dark
Maybe I
cover
should
as
try
a
that one.
support ability for your team and not just for yourself to pass through. But if you do, make sure that you're communicating the
Look at how all the graphics have been updated since the game came out. This looks great.
information to your team, allowing
I mean,
them
like,
to know
this looks terrible, but like they look great now,
where
right?
you smoked, which will allow them to take more aggressive angles.
Or just like the rate that the smokes will
Our fourth
fly.
tip or
I'm
trick
noticing
is to
that.
throw one of
They're
your
a lot
smokes
slower.
into a corner behind an enemy, then using your TP on the other side of that wall. Once the enemy hears you teleporting, he is going to assume you teleported inside the smoke, allowing you to get the jump on him and have an advantage in the gunfight. Omen has many neat little tricks he can use to throw off his enemy, one of them being the ability to make fake teleport plays using his Shrouded Step ability, using it as you're jumping through a portal.
I think I actually made an Omen guide on Bind, and I didn't include this, and I got so many comments of people being like, "You can do this," and I was like, "Okay, I know, I don't know."
Thus indicating
I
that
just
you
didn't
have
mention
gone
it.
through one of the two portals on the map. What this allows for is the enemy to be holding.
Sometimes I miss really like vital things that I think are really important to say. Like in our op video, I'm not sure if it was our video today or yesterday, but the guy's he's opping and he's aiming too high, and I comment how he's aiming too close to the wall, but I didn't comment that he was aiming too high, and a lot of people were like, he's also aiming too high, and I was like, I forgot to mention that. Like that was something I noticed and I didn't write it down in my notes, and then I just forgot to mention it on stream. I'm like, God. Now I just look dumb. I look like a big dummy.
When in reality,
that's the problem with live content. Like when you make content offline, then I can always go back and I can add it later, right? But when I'm doing it live, I'm like I just can't go back into the discussion and like say that. Like
you could be somewhere completely different, giving you the element of surprise and the advantage over your opponent.
yeah,
Our
everyone's
final
like you can
tip to
fake
use to get
teleport by the way.
advantage of Omen is to
I have
use
like
Omen's
300
dark
guides on
cover
it.
to slow down the push while calling for rotates. While defending the smokes can not only be used to block off and or slow the enemy team from pushing, but you can also use them to create 1v1 duels to your advantage. This can be done by placing the smoke
Look at
in
this
a path
crosshair
that
placement,
a
dude.
person would have to take
Driving me
to
nuts.
plant the spike, thus making it less likely for the whole team to jump in. This will both slow the enemy's attack or give you an advantageous one-on-one. Before we end the video, remember, if you are struggling in Valorant or any other game, head on over to ProGuides.com to experience courses and coaching from the very best in the game. Closing remarks.
We're like Fortnite. I was wondering why they were showing Fortnite clips, and then I was just like, okay, that's why.
Today's video will help you master the art of deception playing as Omen. And as always, if you enjoyed the video or any of the tips provided, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe
Like the video,
for more
guys.
Valorant tips and tricks to help you best your opponents out on the field. Stay safe.
Where's that
and
smoke
if you
going?
enjoyed the
Homie.
video or any
Homie.
of the tips provided,
What
hit
is he
that
doing?
like button and don't forget to subscribe for more Valorant tips and tricks to help you best your opponents out
Where's that smoke? Dude, you gotta aim higher.
on the field. Stay safe and take care.
Where's smoke? Oh gosh. Okay. I like the video. I think that's a good beginner's guide. If you need to like learn the abilities and stuff like that, or you need to understand what the character does, that's an okay guide. It tells you about the fake TP and stuff like that. I mean, like it was back in beta, so like it is missing a little bit. I think that there's probably more in-depth guides that you can go look at. But like, yeah, if you got some friends who are trying to learn the game and stuff, feel free to send it to them. I think that the production quality of these videos is very good because they work on like a team and stuff. I think that they would really do well by like picking up somebody like Mo or like anybody who does like actual guides or like Flex Ninja. If they like paid Flex and they're like, hey man, we want to make a video. We'll give you like a cut or whatever. And then he like helped with the video. I think that would be a lot better than just like taking some rando who just like talks about the game. And I'm not sure if the guy playing was the same guy talking or whatever, but they're good guides for the most part. The name on the channel is Pro Guides. I mean, like, yeah. I don't think Pro Guides is pro. They probably have some players who are pro. I don't think that every single person on the team is pro, though, right? They're like a YouTube channel more than anything.